Greetings friends, how are you? So today in the morning we had a class from 10 to 11 related to introduction to High Court practice and tips on how to do the practice in the Honorable High Courts of Andhra and Telangana, and hopefully you can use it in other High Courts across the various states of India as well. So I'll begin with a short introduction of myself, followed by a summary of the discussion which had happened, and then conclusion. We also plan to do a feedback video, but then for the privacy reason of the students, they did not want to come on camera. So we are making this monotonous video for you. So regarding the High Court practice and advocacy in general and how the cases go around, see, if there is a civil dispute between two individuals or between a company and an individual or between two companies or any two entities, then it goes to the civil court. And then you have a list of jurisdictions that in which area, if the civil wrong has happened, in which court does it come. Then, if there is a physical force involved, if there is a physical fight between two individuals, or if there is a criminal wrong which has been done by one individual to another, or individual to company, company to individual, group of people to group of people, in that scenario, when there is a crime, it goes to the respected criminal courts. And then again, you have the list which you can download online. I think I'll put the links for that. So in which area, if the crime occurs, then it goes to which police station, and then it goes to which honorable court. So for issues in between people, whether it be civil or criminal, it goes to the civil and criminal courts respectively. Then about the high courts, what are the cases which come there, and details of that. See, the jurisdiction of High Court spans across the entire state, and then if there is any mistake or wrong done by one department of the government, maybe negligence, maybe some activity which was not prescribed in their rule book, and wantedly or unwantedly it has harmed an individual or a group of individuals, or mostly it happens for inactivity of some department. Usually that's the common thing which happens. So people file writ petitions against the government, in which the principal secretary or the chief secretary of the state is the first respondent, and then the other people who the departments or the staff name who have wronged or have done inaction related to one thing, they come into the second, third, and fourth respondents. All these respondents are the official respondents, the principal secretary of the state, then the department which is involved, the staff names, if you know, if you are aware, those names, and then a private party, an individual who has also wronged you. You can add them also as a respondent in the high court cases. Then the procedure of filing the case. The procedure for filing the case is, first you will have to serve a registered notice, RPAD we call in our field, registered post acknowledgement due. You have to write a legal notice on your advocate's letterhead, or if there is a team of advocates, then 2-3 names will come. You'll write the matter, this is the scenario, this is the hardship which the citizen is facing, this is the problem which the people are facing. Kindly rectify this as soon as possible, or you can ask for time, kindly rectify this within 2 weeks of time. If it is not rectified, then we will contact the honorable respective courts. So you have to write the notice and request what you want, what are the help which you are asking from the department of the government, and then you have to do a registered post to all the parties, the principal secretary, the department, the individuals whom you are naming, the private parties if you are naming any, all of them you'll have to do separate registered posts. of the legal notice. Then you have to take the acknowledgement of those registered posts or the receipt from the postal office, and then you will get a proof of service. This is the first and most important thing in filing a case in the Honorable High Courts. You must have proof of service. Then after proof of service, you will have to have the certified copies of the documents which you want to file in your writ petition. It may be property papers. If it is property related thing, then you must have certified copy of the sale deed, EC, CC, market value, as many as possible the certified copies which you have. You will be saving time in the honorable court. Otherwise the court will say again bring the certified copies. In the courts, whenever you are submitting documents, you must file the original documents or the certified copies. The original documents, if you submit, then you will not have the original documents anymore. So it's better to submit the certified copies of the documents in the honorable courts. So these are the things which come into the High Court. If you are doing a case against any departments, and then that's the procedure to go and appeal and request and put a writ petition in the Honorable High Court. Then in the High Court, apart from issues related to the government departments and government agents, also cases of civil appeal, criminal revision petition, civil revision petition, there is a long list of things which can be done in the Honorable High Court. Generally, in the minds of the law students and junior advocates with whom I had just discussed, what they say is like 80% of the cases are in the lower courts, in the civil court, criminal court, district courts, and then 20% of the cases are related to High Court. Yeah, in a way, it could be said that it's true, but in a way, sometimes what happens is some individual is involved in doing the wrong ship, and also some department may have unwantedly done some negligence. So in that scenario, what do? Do you go to the civil court or to the High Court? Do you go to the criminal court or to the High Court, or you do both? If you do both, the issue comes that whenever you are filing the case, in the affidavit you write that I have not filed any cases related to this issue in any other courts in the country. So in that affidavit, when you are writing such thing, then it will be an issue if you are filing in 2, 3, 4 cases. There is something in law known as double jeopardy. So you are not supposed to do double jeopardy, nor are you supposed to face double jeopardy. For any one event, for any one issue, one case has to be filed at one particular place. So this is another thing which you have to take care as law students or as junior advocates. So two types of cases come. One in which there is some negligence by the department or the staff in the department. Then in such a scenario in which you have got a order in the lower court, in the criminal court, in the civil court, but you think that justice may not have been fully served. In that way, you can appeal to the Honorable High Court within the limitation period. Usually it may be 30 days. Time to time government keeps changing few rules. You have to check it online. What is the latest limitation period? So within that limitation period, you have to file case in the Honorable High Court with all the RPAD, proof of service, court fees, certified copies of the documents, in your prayer, what is the main thing which you are asking, and the related facts. And then in the ending you have NISI form. In the NISI form, what you write is that if the advocate who is filing the case, if there is any objection or if there is any clarification, in that case, the next working day morning 10 o'clock, he will report to the Honorable Court and clarify any doubts, confusions which may be present in the writ petition or the case filed in the Honorable High Court. Then you will have the docket in the last, the court name, parties' names, advocate's name, address, phone number, email address. And recently, the Honorable High Court has also started e-filing, and also e-court system has begun, which is very convenient for especially those advocates who are living very far away from the Honorable High Court building. For them, the traveling time will be saved. And also what happens sometimes, An advocate may have a case in the High Court, and on the same day he may have in the Civil Court. Same day he may have in the Criminal Court. Same day he may have a date in the Supreme Court. So in that scenario, if he is having online in the High Court, he may physically present in the Supreme Court. In the Supreme Court also, they have online filing and also online argument. You can be physically present in the Hyderabad for the Telangana High Court, or you may be present in the Andhra Amravati Court, the High Court for Andhra Pradesh, situated at Amravati presently. You can be physically present there and also argue a case on the same date in the Supreme Court. Or you can be present in the Supreme Court physically and argue a case on the same date in the Honorable High Court. This is a very great facility which the judicial system has started, and the online filing and online arguments. In a way, people may say that the workload for the clerks, advocate clerks, in Telugu we say gumasta, in Hindi they say as munshi. So the workload for them will decrease, and they are weak people, they are poor people. If the income for them comes down, it's not good. But in a way, all the advocates, even if the e-filing is open, all advocates will never do self e-filing, because advocacy consumes a lot of time. A client sometimes comes and he explains you the scenario for 2 hours, 3 hours, he goes on speaking. This happened, then that happened, then this happened, then that happened. You'll have to say, stop, brother, please stop. You cut short your story. What has happened, events you tell me, they are important, but tell me in a lesser period of time. Then you'll have to go for drafting the case, then you'll have to go for filing. So all advocates will, I think, never do e-filing themselves. So anyhow, the advocate clerks who are doing physically, going and standing in the line in the filing section of the honorable courts, they will have more comfort. They can do the e-filing from their home. They can do e-filing from their office. So it will not have such a negative impact on the working of the advocate clerks. That's my opinion. So about the High Court, this was the general introduction. And when you go inside the court, you'll have to follow all the dress code. You'll have to put a white band here around your white shirt, and then you'll have to wear a full sleeves coat, and then on the gown. The gown is compulsory in the honorable High Courts, but in the civil and criminal courts, when you are arguing, you can argue even without the gown. And then when the peak summer period comes, the courts give exemption that you can argue just with the shirt and the bands. The coat and the gown exemption is given because of the summer period. So this is the first introduction class. I didn't speak much detail. The friends who are here, who have just listened my class, they have more of data, but online, because of the Wi-Fi capacity and the YouTube things, I cannot put the entire 1 hour session. I have just made it short and given the starting parts of that, and then we'll have the second seminar also about High Court practice. 1 or few days before, I will just upload the video. Those who can come, they can come. Those who are on Zoom, they can be on Zoom. And then later on, a similar short, concise video related to the class will be uploaded. Okay, bye bye, all the best.